Good morning. Welcome to our Canva training Zoom. I see all you beautiful faces. If you can, please put your cameras on. We'd love to see your expressions, see where you are tuning in from. In fact, let's put in the chat, where are you guys tuning in from and what flavor of ketones are you shaking up this morning? I have some Black Label in this bottle. For those of you who I have not had the pleasure of meeting yet, my name is Jody Scheibe. I'm coming to you from San Diego, California. Good morning, Katrina. Good morning, Erica. Good morning, Emily. Good morning, Amber. Of course, good morning, Amber. We are so excited for this Zoom. Send a couple reminders to your teams. This Zoom is going to be fire. I have been drinking and sharing ketones now for 5.5 years. And I have this running joke because before Prove It, I literally didn't know there was a Facebook Messenger chat on my phone. Like, I'm not the tech girl. And I joke, if I can do this business, anybody can do this business. So I am so excited to kick this Zoom off and introduce Amber Horn, because she literally has this amazing gift, first of all, to train and teach, but she is so amazing with this app called Canva. Maybe put in the chat, put a 1 if you are like me and you're just not sure. Canva, schmamba, what the heck is it? I'm here to learn. I have no idea. I want to see who my people are. Let's just see where we're starting from. Kayla, thank you. Allie, I already knew you were my people. Sherry, will be the first time. Erica, you already love Canva. Put a 2 in the chat if you love Canva, but you are really excited to kind of learn some new nuggets. I love the fact Amber is so incredible. I can text her something. Can you help me out with the flyer? And 2 minutes later, it's like this beautiful picture perfect thing. So I can't wait for her to teach us her magic. Jamie, need the help. Emily, just downloaded it, Katrina, right? So let's give a big warm welcome. I know there's some weather up where Amber is, so we are hoping our Zoom goes really smoothly. And Amber, I just want to give you a little introduction. First of all, I adore you. I love working with you, and you truly are just not only gifted in knowing how to do this, but how to teach and train this. So everybody who is on the Zoom, just give some love and some hearts in the chat for Amber taking some time out of her busy schedule with all her family in the house for the holidays to just bestow this knowledge and to teach and train us. I think we have such a beautiful community where we can all take our skills, gifts, and abilities and help others with them and give that gift to other people. So Amber Horn, thank you so much for doing this for us today. We appreciate you so much, and we're so excited to learn from you.
Thank you, Jody. Best intro ever. I love it. Like Jody said, my name's Amber. I am out in Oregon, and I've been part of the Prove It community now for 2 years. Thank you, everyone who showed love in the chat. I appreciate it so much. It is super windy and rainy here in Oregon, and I hope I don't lose service. But if I do, that is why. So far, we are good, and hopefully we will stay good. So I have been experimenting with Canva for 2 years, and I started out just like those that put a 1 in the chat. Just like you, I didn't know what I was doing, and I just started experimenting and learned as I went. When I go back and look at some of the things I first created, it's almost like embarrassing to me to look at because I've come a long ways, and that's okay. So everyone starts somewhere, and don't be afraid to just experiment and try. And if you don't like it, scratch it, start with something else, but don't give up. Just keep going and experimenting and trying new things, and you'll get the hang of it. You're not going to be perfect at first, and that's okay. So be open-minded here today and be willing to try something new. So what I would like to start out with, first of all, is to find out if you guys are using your phone or your laptop, and because the version on your phone, the Canva app, is a little bit different than the desktop version. So if you're on your phone and using the app, if you could put a 1 in the chat. And that's what I prefer. So if you have the option I'm going to mostly be teaching from my phone, go ahead and use your phone. If you do not have that option, put a 2 in the chat, and so I know how many people are actually using the desktop version. So the desktop version actually has way more options and abilities for you to create with, but I don't ever like get my laptop out. It's so much easier for me to just create as I go, and the phone is a better option for me. So that's what I'm more used to. But okay, so we're going to have some people on their laptop or their desktop and some people on their phone, and that's okay. I will try to kind of toggle back and forth. So I'm going to screen share from my phone, and that's going to look a little bit different for those that are on their desktop. And hopefully you guys will be able to just kind of be flexible with it. The other thing I wanted to say is everybody on here is going to be at a different level as far as how quickly they learn and absorb content or something new. And if it's a struggle for you, please don't get frustrated. Just take in what you can and leave out what you don't understand. You don't have to understand everything. You don't have to get it all at once. Just take little pieces of what you do understand and apply it to your business and what you can do. If you're the type that learns quickly and understands technology quickly, that's great. I'm going to go in with this at a basic level. And if you're ready for more, we can like schedule a different Zoom for a next level training. And so Canva, there's so many things that you can do. There's website design, there's landing pages, there's slideshows, there's all these things you can do, but we're not even going to touch that today. We're going to start with basic things that you can use Canva for in your business. All right. Some of that's going to be on social media. We're going to talk a lot about social media today and some of the things you can create. We're also going to talk about some things that you can print and use in like things like trial pack mailers or like a simple thank you card that you can send to somebody in your business. There's so many things you can do on Canva, and it can be overwhelming. So we're going to just break it down and start with something simple. So I'm going to go ahead and screen share my phone. I'm going to open the Canva app. So go ahead and do that with me. If you're on your phone, open the Canva app. And hopefully you've already downloaded it, created an account. I do have the paid version of Canva. So if there's a feature I use that you don't have, that is why. I don't know which templates and which features are paid versus free. So I can't distinguish between the two. So if I'm using something that you don't have, that is why, and that's okay. So the paid version is just going to have more templates, more features, but the free version I used for a long time, and there's plenty of capabilities with the free version as well. So if you don't have that, that's okay. So let's screen share here. And hopefully that cooperates. There we go. So I can see Jody and Sherry. Will you give me a thumbs up if you can see my Canva app open? All right. Okay, so the first thing we're going to create is just a basic quote that you could put on, let's say, your Instagram feed. And I'm going to teach you how to create text, how to change the font, how to change the background, just some basic things that you can do in Canva. So when I am creating content, I never create from scratch. Some people are more talented and creative and create from scratch. I do not. I always use a template because I don't want to take the time to like generate it from ground zero. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go to my search bar, and I am going to type in Instagram post and then quote. All right. Or I guess I could just put Instagram quote. Because the reason I want to put in Instagram is because it's going to give me the right dimensions for the template. I'm just going to put Instagram quote. It may give me some stories, and it may give me like some longer quote templates for stories that would be appropriate, or and it may give me some post. We'll see what it does. So Instagram quote. All right, these are all templates. When I'm looking at templates, it's really important, and this is something I learned, not to look at aesthetics. Aesthetics are things like color, fonts, backgrounds. You want to look at the formatting, and it's not going to matter as much with a quote as it will when we get to pictures and graphics, but with a quote, you're going to want to look more at formatting. So you want to see everything through a black and white lens, because you can change the color, you can change the font, but the basic formatting when you're looking for templates is what you're looking for. So I'm a basic person. I don't like a lot of fluff. I think it can be distracting. So when I'm looking for a template, I'm always looking for something simple. So I'm just going to scroll through. Look at all the possibilities here. So many. All right. So when you find something that catches your eye, and like I said, I am a simple person. I'm just going to choose something that has a little bit of an image on it and a simple quote. I'm going to choose this one right there. Okay. The great thing about Canva is if you don't even have a quote to start with, it has so many quotes in there that you can choose from. Like if you want to post a quote, an inspiring quote about 2023, it'll have so many to choose from. But Dustin said a quote yesterday on the huddle call that I thought was pretty cool, and I wanted to create a post about it anyways. And let me see what he said. He said, in order to change anything, you have to change something. So if you're following along, go ahead and choose a quote for Instagram, if you have an Instagram account. If you don't, you could do like a Facebook post. And the reason why it's important is because I want you to create content today that you can actually use. All right. So this has 2 text boxes. If you can see here, I can tell that it has 2 because when I click on the text box, it's separate. I don't want 2 text boxes. So I'm going to go ahead, click the second one, and then I'm going to hit the little garbage can and get rid of that one. Then I'm going to highlight this first one, and I'm going to just type in the quote that I want. And I can see already that it's going to be way too big, and I can change that now, or I can change it when I'm done. In order to change anything, all right, so I'm going to change it now because it's already going to be too big. I go down here to where it says font size, right? There's a little slider bar, and it also has the number, the point number for the font. I could change it either way. I'm just going to do the slider bar for now. What I also noticed, because I've used Canva a lot, is the spacing on the font. They've spaced the letters out quite a bit in this template. So this is more of an advanced technique. I'm going to push them closer together. Don't worry about this. But over here, there's something called spacing. And they've spaced the font out between each letter by 200. I don't want that. I want it at 0. Okay. And I think the font's still a little bit big. Okay. In order to change anything, you have to change something. Okay, so there's my quote. If I wanted to change the font, I would come down here to where it says font, and the number of free fonts that are on Canva is insane. A lot of times I will just play around until I see something I like. And then you can kind of take the text box up here and drag it. Oh, it's not cooperating. Or you can come up here and just hit return. So it's on the 2 lines that you want it on. Oops, I don't want it there. I want it after you. Okay, I'm just going to leave it like that for now. All right. Everyone following along, hopefully. I don't know if I can see the chat box. Let me look. There we go. Okay. All right, now I'm going to show you how to change the image. And I think this is a whole background. I was hoping that that ballerina was a separate image, but this entire background is one image. So the sky and the ballerina all go together. Now I'm trying to think of something that would be symbolic to the quote. And I'm thinking of maybe if I searched on 2023, it might have something about the new year. So I'm going to hit replace down here because I've got the image highlighted. So when I hit replace, it's telling Canva that I want to replace the image. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody. I'm going to hit replace. All right, now my options are, do I want to replace it with the camera roll? Do I want to take a picture? No, I don't want to do that. Do I want to replace it with an uploaded picture? You can see the projects I've been working on recently. Noelle and I have been working on her I am statement, so that's why it's showing up. There are some uploaded pictures. Do I want to replace it with some photos generated by Canva? I am, and I'm going to search on some. I can also replace it with videos, or I can choose a background. So on the photos, I'm going to search just 2023. I don't know what it's going to bring up. It may not bring up anything but those numbers. And if it doesn't, I will search on New Year. Yeah, it's bringing up the numbers. So failed search. Let's search on New Year. Let's search on goals. Okay. Some of these might work. Like I said, there's just an endless amount of images, fonts, everything that you could ever need and more. And sometimes that's actually overwhelming, but I could use this. I think it's a little dark or a little too much. I could either replace it with another one, or I could come down here and there's this feature called transparency. I could go like this, move it over so it's not so dark or bright, depending on the image. I also think this could potentially go down. I could also change the font to white or cream, whatever I wanted to do. Change the font color. I could just play around with it until I think that it looks good. Anyways, you guys get the idea. Does anyone have any questions about changing fonts, changing colors, changing images? We're going to move on, but hopefully you guys all were able to create a quote and something that you could either post on Instagram or Facebook, or at least get it started and be able to do down the road. So far, so good. Am I moving too quickly? Do I need to slow down? No, we're good. Okay. The next thing I want to do, you can't find Canva in your app library. Okay, I can't help with that. Can you add another text box? Yes. So what you're going to do is this purple add will, you click on that purple plus sign, and your options are you can add an element, you can add something from your camera roll, you can add something you uploaded, you can add a text box. These are all the different things you can add. So if I want to add another text box, I'm going to hit text box. All right, down here, they have some like pre-done text box or text formatted that you can use and then like change what it says. Or you can just choose, these are 3 up here. These are 3 that I've saved. You can save those in your settings to 3 that you use commonly. So I'm going to click on the one that says add a little bit of text body. That is super small. Can make it bigger and add more text. All right, I'm going to go a little bit more advanced for those that want to follow along. If you want to check out now, you can. You can then go to effects and you can do all kinds of different effects with your font. You can then hit shape, you can curve your font. There's lots of different things that you can do with your font. This nudge button down here, I really like, because a lot of times I'll be moving things around and my finger moves it too much. This nudge button, you can move it just a little bit, especially if you're working with a lot of graphics on one page. You can move it just right to where you want it. Like if I wanted it to be right there, like in her armpit, I can use a nudge button and nudge it up and down and side to side. So, okay, any other questions before we move on? Oh, paid at the bottom. Yeah. So the paid and the free version, the paid version is just going to have more fonts, more images, more templates. But the free version is amazing. So don't feel like you have to pay for it. Okay. So I did kind of ask around, and I asked a few promoters, like, what type of content do you find yourself wanting to make in Canva? One of the things that came up is like shout out to somebody, like if somebody reaches a certain rank or hits multiplier or MVP, they would want to go into Canva and like put a picture of that person in and give them a shout out. So let's walk through that process so you can see what that looks like. Get rid of all these windows that are in the way. I wish I could see what you guys can actually see. Okay, so I'm going to go back to home. Actually, before I move on, I want to go back to that quote and show you something really cool. So what's cool is it's going to store your recent designs. So anything that I've recently made, I can go back to. And if I want to create another quote, I can always pull up the same template and put in a different quote, which is cool because you want to start branding yourself on social media, which means using the same color schemes, using the same style of things. So people recognize you, and that's called branding yourself or creating like the same aesthetic. So using the same templates or the same formatting will play to your advantage. So it's great that you're going to start saving your templates and reusing them. It's not great if you have to recreate everything every time. First of all, it's going to take a lot of extra time. And second of all, you won't be recognizable. So keep that in mind as you're creating different templates in Canva. Don't recreate every time. So if you've created a template for how you want your quotes to look, go back and use the same template and just change the quote. Okay, so there's a new feature in Canva that's really cool. Let's say I have this quote and I want to now post it in my stories. I've already posted it on Instagram posts. So I'm going to go up to these little dots right here, 3 dots. I'm going to click it and I'm going to hit resize. All right, so it's going to have some dimensions, but it's also going to have some social media specific sizes. So I'm going to click on Instagram stories and I'm going to hit copy and resize. So it will keep my original sizing and it'll create a new one in Instagram story size. And then I might need to just kind of play around with it. I'm not crazy about what we've created here, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time making it look like I want it to look because I'm going through the teaching process. I would probably make the font a little bit bigger and more visible. I'm not crazy about the background, but you guys get the idea of what we're trying to create here. Does anyone have any questions about what we're doing and how to resize something? I can also click it again. And if I want to make it the size for a Facebook post, I can just hit Facebook post, copy and resize. And now it's the size for a Facebook post. So see how quickly you can create content for multiple platforms with the same piece of content, with the same quote. Super helpful. Where did I find the recent saved things? When you go to your home page, It's the first thing that shows up, recent designs right here. So if I'm on my home, it'll give me some things that it's suggesting for me, and then it will go to recent designs, which is things that I've recently designed. You can also organize your things into folders, which are going to be down here into your projects. So I have some things organized into folders like family content, work content. And so if I'm looking for something specific, I'll go down into my folders. If it's something I reuse a lot, instead of like scrolling through all of my recent designs, if it was something from 3 months ago and I reuse the template a lot, I'll put it in a folder so it's easier for me to find. When I try to repurpose or copy an image to modify it, always seems to overwrite the original. Oh, yeah. So you want to put copy and resize, not just resize. If you hit resize only, then it's going to get rid of the original size. So make sure to hit copy and resize. Is that a paid version feature? Does everyone have the ability to copy and resize? If you don't, Sarah has a great suggestion. You could make a copy of it by hitting the 3 buttons up at the top and hit make a copy. Okay. Oops, I didn't save it. So I'm going to make a copy. Now I have 2. You see, I have 2 up here. So then I'm going to resize the new one and it will keep the old one. Resize that to, let's do like a Facebook event cover. So right here is where you have copy and resize. I don't know if that's a paid feature. It sounds like some of you don't have it. You just have resize. If you don't have it, you can hit resize. And now I have it in the formatting of a cover, a Facebook cover. Okay, I am going to move on. Okay, so earlier I talked about when you're looking at templates to try to look at them in black and white and not pay too much attention to the graphics that are on it because they can all be replaced. This is the time you want to do that. So I am looking, we're going to make like a shout out photo frame for somebody on your team. So I'm looking for a template that has like one picture and
Hey guys, I think she's frozen. Can you guys hear me? Put like a 1 or a yes in the chat if you can hear me. Okay, perfect, Sarah. Let's give her a minute to kind of come back. We were a little bit worried that the windstorm would do that. So just hang tight. If you have any questions, this is so cool. I've already learned so much. Like literally, I had no idea on how to do any of this. Has this been helpful for you guys? She will come back on with the windstorm. So I think the biggest tip I've learned is that I just need to sit and play around with this for a couple minutes and create some stuff. Yeah, right. Adriana, I had no idea that you could like change the whole picture and like not have to recreate the wheel. You could just start with something. So let's see.
I'm back.
You're back. Great. We were just saying, everyone's saying this has been so helpful. So go ahead and continue. You froze on looking for a shout out template.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, so I am going to screen share again really quickly.
Think you might be frozen again, Amber. This is one of those teaching Zooms where I cannot be the understudy and step in. I can just see if people have questions as we go. I'm sure she'll get back online. Here she comes. Yeah, I had no idea you could change the image, which is super cool because there's so many different options. In fact, I already put up a story on one of my platforms and tagged Amber in it. That'd be super cool, you guys. Why she can't hear you, maybe create something today and tag Amber in it. That'd be super fun. She is coming back on. For those of you who were originally the number twos, you use Canva. Just curious, do you use Canva Pro or the regular? Put that in the chat for those of you who have been using Canva and know how to do it. Free Pro. Right now, I know there's like a 3-month offer for like 50% off the first 3 months of Pro on the mobile. Pro free. So I'm just curious. By the way, if you do use Pro, I'm not your tax attorney, but you can write that off for your business. So that's my tip for you today. Okay, just curious. Yes, Erica, it is offered the 50% off on the mobile because I just upgraded mine before this Zoom to the Pro, so it's 50% off the first 3 months. So I'm going to give the Pro a try for the first 3 months, and then I can yes, good. Amy is a CPA and you can definitely write it off. So just another tip and benefit of owning your own business. So let's see. You can add team members on the Pro. Sarah, what? So up to 5 people can share it? Wow. Okay, I think Britton's on here. So Britton, don't pay for the Pro, babe. I already got it. I'll add you. You can be one of my 5. Any other tips from you Canva pros? If like you had one tip to give somebody who's a newbie, Britton, thumbs up. Yes, watch the extra charges if you add people. I guess you have to trust who you add, huh? Can you imagine? Oh gosh. All right, cool. She's going to try to hop on. Who wants to add me? All right, if you are a Canva person, not even a pro, I don't want to use that statement. If you think you have mastered anything in Canva, put that tip in the chat so we can all learn from you. And I see Amber is back. Amber, can you hear us now? We can see you.
I can. So it feels like I have enough signal for one screen, but if I try to do like a screen share and do too much work on it, it'll shut down. So that's the problem that I'm having right now. I'm going to take my phone off and try to screen share with my desktop version and see if that makes a difference. And if it doesn't, then I can just talk through some tips and tricks and just go from there. So let me try to screen share my computer and see what happens. And then we'll get back to work here. So far, so good. Can you hear me still?
Yes, I can hear you.
And can you see my Canva?
Yep, we see it.
Okay. So I apologize for those that are on their phone. It's going to look a little bit different, but I think you'll be able to follow along. So I'm going to search photo. And again, you're going to want to make sure that that's toggled over to templates, not your projects. What I said earlier was not to pay attention to the aesthetics, to just look for a template that has like one picture and some words around it. Like this might be a good option. I can always add some more text. Let me look down here. This might be a good option. Like I could put over here rank, like if someone hit rank 3, I could put rank 3. And congratulations. That might work. This one might be a good option. So there's lots of good options here. Just from a really quick search, this one might be a good option. Do you see kind of how my brain is working? I'm looking for a template. This one might work that has one photo, because I want to find something that I don't have to change too much. I don't have to do too much work with. And that's the idea, is making it simple. This one might be fun. Okay, so I can see here that this is a pro. And I didn't notice that before. It has a little crown on it if it is the paid version. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. So lots of options. And I'm going to choose this one because I want to show you how you can change the color. I'm not crazy about the orange. Hopefully it'll pop up. Customize this template. All right, so this is where we're going to talk about how to upload a photo. And then also, I want to show you how you can save color schemes for your own like branding and aesthetics. You can search on Google for different color schemes that you like and save them within your Canva. It's loading pretty slowly. I apologize. Hopefully it will load. There we go. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put up a photo in there of who hit the rank. So I'm going to, be patient with me here. I am looking for the replace. No. Okay, I'm going to hit uploads. Dang, everything's moving slow. The wind is crazy here. Right, I'm just going to put in a picture of myself. It did not replace it. On the phone, I hit replace, but what I'm going to do is just drag it in there and it will replace it. At least I think it will. All right, it's not. All right, I need to find the replace button then. Duplicate. More. Replace background. No. Sorry, guys.
So if you guys are on your phone, does everybody see the replace, the 2 arrows kind of like in a circle on the bottom? Just so let me make sure you guys are all following, because I'm doing it on my phone.
Does anyone know where the replace button, replace image is on? Is it over here? No. Sorry, I just don't use it much on my computer. Anyways.
I found it on my phone, really. Are you guys finding
Yes.
it on the bottom?
I'm just going to delete it. And this is what I'm going to do because I want to show you how to do this. So I'm going to show you how to put in a photo frame. So you're going to go to elements and you're going to scroll down. And there's all these, what's called frames and grids. And you can see that they have a landscape in there of clouds. So these are shapes that you can insert for your photos, and you're going to just drag and drop your photos into them. So I'm going to hit see all, and I'm going to choose one that's about that shape. It's probably going to be a little bit different. Okay, and it has a border. That's weird. But I'm going to put it wherever I want to put it. This is not the right shape, but you'll get the idea. And then I take my photo and I drag it and it fills in the spot. Okay. So you can do that, like, let's say you want to do it with the computer. I'm going to take my photo. Let's get it back out of the spot. Let me delete this one. Let's take the computer photo or the computer frame. You can drag your picture and put it in the computer frame. There's also a frame that's a phone. That's cool. So I don't know if you've seen online where people will have like a phone and a video of them scrolling. So what they do is they just do the phone and then they drag a video into, so they put this phone in there. And then instead of dragging a photo, they drag a video into the phone. So that's kind of cool. So many things you can do. But these frames over here are fun to play around with. And what I would do on my computer, since I don't know how to replace the picture, is I would find probably, maybe this is about the right shape. I can't tell. Maybe. And then I would just drag. All right, this clearly isn't working. I need my phone. All you Canva people that do it on your desktop, I don't know if anyone can help me out, but
Amber, I don't know if this works. Mark said if you turn your video off and you're just talking and then you try to screen share your phone, it helps with the bandwidth. Like if your actual video is off, maybe you can successfully screen share your phone.
oh, okay, I'll try that in a minute. Thank you. Okay, so now what I want to show you is the color. So you can see here, so turn off the video on my Zoom. So it's just me talking. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So the color is right here. It's going to be the background color. Now you can see here, I've saved all of these colors, and I do most of my content with these colors. And because I like these colors, these are kind of the colors that I typically will create graphics and images with. So if you have like a certain color scheme that you want to brand yourself with, if you like neon colors, you may want to create a palette of neon colors. So you're not always having to search for the colors that you want. And it kind of creates a brand or an aesthetic for yourself. So I will typically kind of just go through the colors that I normally use and find one that I think is going to look good with it. So I'm not liking this vibe at all because of the way the image is working. But how you would do this is you would, if I wanted to add something to my boho rose palette, I would hit the plus sign, and then I would need this code. Every color has a code. And I just do a Google search and I'll Google like color palettes, boho color palettes, and a ton of them will pop up. And if I find one that I like, I'll just type in the code right here and then it will appear and save in my Canva palette. So does anyone have any questions about that? Okay. So I am going to go off the image. Let me see what else I was going to talk about. Okay, I wanted to do a Facebook cover because I know a lot of you guys are making groups, like Facebook groups right now for either the iFast, intermittent fasting groups, or like maybe a group for the new year. So I wanted to show you how to make like a simple Facebook cover that you can use for your new groups. So first of all, let me try to get off of my video here. Stop video and plug my phone back in. And try screen share. Okay. Does anyone have any questions while I'm setting this up? No, you guys are on it. All right, I'm trying it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to search is Facebook cover. All right, so I have all of these options here of different possibilities that I can do a Facebook cover. Now I'm thinking that I want to do something health related, but that doesn't matter because I can change the images. But I also want to do something kind of simple. I want to highlight the iFast program. So I'm definitely going to want to include an image of the iFast kit. And maybe I'll pick this one. All right, so this one has, I can use 3 images, and I've also have some text here, and then obviously I can add whatever I want. But let's go with the slogan, I fast with ketones. And then maybe the smaller tagline could be something like a new me in 2023. All right, I'm just making this up as I go. That's kind of small. So what I want to do, these 2 images are attached together, so it's going to be hard for me to edit them. So I'm going to ungroup them down here. There's an ungroup button. And then I'm going to edit this bottom one. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Make the top one just a little bit bigger. All right. So I'm probably going to include a picture of myself. I've got the image highlighted, and now I can see my replace button, which is important. And I want to upload a picture. So I'm going to hit upload right here. And I know John and I took a picture yesterday holding our shaker cups. And I'm going to see if I can find, upload files. Then it will access my photo library. There we go. I want to upload that one. Let's see if there's enough bandwidth to upload it. So you can see it's trying to upload it right here. And the other thing I wanted to show you is how to get rid of background. So I'm going to click on that. And then it chops John's head off. So I'm going to just drag it down. Let's see how that works. Now I'm going to add an image. I'm going to add, if I want to add an uploaded image, I'm going to add and then go to this button right here. And it'll show me all the images I've uploaded. And I'm going to add the iFast kit. And I want to get rid of the blue background. So how I do that is I go to effects. And this can be really fun if you remove the background from people. And I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Then hit background remover. All right, now I want it to replace this image right here. So I'm just going to drag it up there. Oh, it won't do it if I don't have the background. Okay. Forget that. I'll show you that later. All right, I'm just going to replace. It must not have a frame. I have to go to the replace. Okay, I'm going to put that there, and then over here. Let's replace it with an image that is in here. Let's put healthy. See what pops up. Lots of options. So whatever speaks to you, whatever you want to focus on, I'm going to do this one just really quickly so you can see how it is. So these first two were uploaded. This is the iFast program. This one is just John and I. It was an image that I took on my camera roll and uploaded it. And this one might be cool to put like a clock for intermittent fasting. Let's see what Canva has for fasting. I bet they have some different clocks, or like that one might be cool. I don't know. I'm just playing around. There's so many images available. So that's how you do that. And then when you're ready to use the image, what you're going to do is you're going to download it. So you're going to come over here and click the arrow. I'm going to click download, and it will show you lots of different options for downloading the file. Right here, you're going to click the arrow. And here's all the options. I usually will download everything in PNG. It will suggest the best option. It usually does suggest PNG. Unless it's a video, it will do the MP4. The PNG is a little bit bigger file. So if it's something you're going to share, the JPEG is a better option. If it's like a worksheet or something with a lot of text, the PDF is a good option. So that's how you do that. Now, something else that is really cool is I've created in the past little flyers that go into my trial packs. So let's say that I want to make this a flyer. I can get rid of this by deleting it. And I can add some text here that has information about how to start drinking your ketones. And I can make like a little flyer that goes in my trial packs. Now, the cool thing is I go back up here to the arrow. Instead of downloading it, I can click print your design. And there's lots of options of how to print it. But if I want to print it like postcard size, let's do landscape. All right, I didn't choose the right size to begin with, so it's wanting me to resize it. But it will show me, it tells me that I can print 50 postcards for $24 and include envelopes. I don't want to include envelopes. And it literally goes to, well, this one will go to my doorstep, but in the past, it's gone to like the local print shop, and then I just go and pick them up, which is awesome. You can do all kinds of things. You can do t-shirts, you can do, and they'll mail them to your house, or depending on what the project is, it can go to your local print shop. So Canva communicates with, I don't know what the program is, but some type of program. It was the FedEx store, actually. So they must have some type of relationship with FedEx where they'll print for you and you just pay through Canva. So that's pretty cool. So if you're wanting printing postcards or mailers or thank you cards or anything, you can design in Canva, and you can either download and print it in a third-party service, or you can just print right out of Canva with whoever they're communicating with. So that's really cool. I've done it before, and the quality was really good. I prefer the phone for sure. And the actual computer has more features, and it's probably a better option, but it's quicker and easier for me to just continue using my phone on the go. And so that's what I'm used to. I don't know where everything is on the computer, so I'm just not used to it. Okay, so you printed Jennifer before, and I went to Office Depot. Cool. For business cards. Yeah. So the possibilities are endless of what you can create in Canva. The templates are there for so many different things. And if we go back to home, you can see across the top here, all of the options here. If you type in, like you can create landing pages, websites, slideshows, type in prints, marketing, envelopes, paper bags, folded cards, postcards, flyers, stickers, water bottles, tote bags, coasters. You can design anything that's printed in Canva and get it printed somewhere. Or if it's digital marketing, you can pretty much design anything you want to. The possibilities are endless. So don't get overwhelmed by that. I didn't really want to go too far down that road, but I just want you to understand what's possible here and what you can do. So what questions do you guys have? I wanted to make sure to hit the questions that you have and the things that you're actually going to be using Canva for in your business. The other thing I wanted to talk about is you can go down a deep hole in creating Canva and spending way too much time in Canva. And it's not really an income producing activity. And I tend to struggle with that. So I'll set my timer, like I can only be on Canva for a certain amount of time because I need to be focusing on like business building activities such as reach outs and posting and working with my team, and not so much time on Canva. Although creating content is important, I think it also can easily be a time consuming thing where you're spending too much time on Canva. So just be cognizant of that. Don't set a timer or be aware of how much time you're actually spending creating. And it does take time to get good at it, but just make sure that we're not spending too much time creating content and not enough time building relationships with people. I know that I struggle with that sometimes. So anyways, so just some questions before we pop off. I know that we could do another Zoom with so many more different possibilities of things to cover, and we can do that if you guys want to. Or if you guys want to just reach out to me personally. It sounds like there's lots of people in the community with good knowledge when it comes to Canva. I haven't taken any courses. I've just learned as I've played around with it. And you can too, just play around with it and learn as you go. There's so many videos out there. So if I don't know how something works, I just Google it, like how to edit a reel in Canva. And there'll be a YouTube video that shows me how to edit a reel in Canva, which I do all the time now. Oh, thank you. Awesome. I'm glad it was helpful. Okay, I will turn the time back over to Jody. Let me stop.
Amazing, Amber. And thank you, Mark, for that tip about turning the video off. That worked. So I love our community so much. And I love, Amber, that you just touched on, don't get sucked into the content creation and forget the income generating activity. Like set a timer to play around. Sarah's laughing. She's like, yeah, I've been there, done that. I have too. Set a timer maybe and play around with it. And the more we do it, I know the better we will get. But thank you so much, Amber, for your expertise and your knowledge and your time. I certainly learned a lot. Do you guys feel like you can create a shout out for your team, a rank up? Yes, I'm seeing Kayla's nodding her head. Yes, Sarah, Jennifer, awesome. That was a goal. And a Facebook cover. I learned that. I've never known how to do that. So thank you so much, Amber. I appreciate you so much. I know we have our community has another awesome Zoom tomorrow night on vision board settings. So make sure you spread that news to your teams. And also FYI, tonight's COC call will be open to the entire community. Just got word on that. So I'm just going to add that here while we're all on, so you guys know that. And they're going to be going over all the details of the iFast. So start spreading the word that the COC will be open to everybody in the community tonight. Oh, and Amber has one more thing.
Sorry, I meant to talk about this, but there are several vision board templates in Canva. So if you want to make a digital vision board for yourself as part of the Zoom tomorrow night, just search the templates in Canva, and all you have to do is drag and drop the images into the template. It's super easy. So that's an option.
I am definitely going to be playing around with that. I used to be cut the magazines out and glue them to the poster board, but it's getting harder and harder to find magazines these days. So I'm kind of at a loss. So that is super good to know. I'm going to be playing around with that today and tomorrow before our vision board Zoom tomorrow night. So thank you so much, Amber. Thank you everyone for hopping on, and hopefully you'll join us tomorrow on the vision board and tonight on the COC. Everyone, it's open to everyone. So spread the word. Bye-bye. Thanks, Amber.